This episode of the Disney Nerds podcast is brought to you by DVC Resale Market. DVC Resale Market has become the leader in the DVC resale industry. They have sold over $400 million in DVC Vacation Club and have over 100 years of combined direct DVC experience. If you're looking to buy or sell, DVC Resale Market wants to put their knowledge and world-class service to work for you. Contact our friend Nick Cotton over at DVC Resale Market at www.dvcresalemarket.com.
Disney Nerds Podcast. The one and only. It's a good point. Hello. Groot's been talking about you all day. Been trying to get him to listen to you, but he's got a little bit of a short attention span. Can't sit still for that long. We're trying our best. All right. Keep it rocking, my friend.
Welcome to the splendor, the spectacle, the sparkling sensation, where the romance, the comedy, and the thrill of Disney fantasies come to electric life.
And as our friend Jiminy said, welcome. Welcome to the Disney Nerds Podcast, a place each week where like-minded people get together to discuss all things Disney. We'll help you get your Disney fix on. Here we go.
A Magic Kingdom proudly presents, in a million points of musical light, the magical worlds of Disney.
Hello and welcome to show number 232 of the Disney Nerds Podcast. Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the show. If you were listening last week, you heard our experimental time travel, and it seemed to have worked. If you were listening last week, we actually kind of jetted ahead 100 shows to 331. I'm not sure how I made that mistake. I'll just blame the travel to France and still getting back onto the right track on that one. We are indeed in show number 232, and this week we're going to visit the Flower and Garden Show over at Epcot. As you know, most of the co-hosts were down in Walt Disney World last week, and they got together for a nice little walkthrough of Epcot, and the sights and sounds they're going to bring to you are pretty cool. I listened to this audio a couple times, and there's some really great stuff in here. And you know what? It's just really kind of cool hearing Sam, Jimmy, and Lisa just hanging out. I totally envy them on this one. I really miss being there. Also, stay tuned for our Attractions Madness wrap-up. We've been going through the entire list of 64 incredible attractions at Walt Disney World, and we're down to the final 4. Listen in to show number 233 next week, and we're going to go through our final 4 and then our finals. Right now, the voting for the finals should be open on our website, so go check it out. Okay, so let's get to this recording. Here we have Jimmy, Sam, and Lisa at Epcot. Take it away, guys.
Hello and welcome back to the Disney Nerds Podcast. I'm Sam from Sam's Disney Diary, and today is an unbelievably special day because I am standing in Epcot during the 25th annual Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, joined by the hosts of the Disney Nerds live podcast, live stream. Lisa, what's happening?
How are we doing today, Sam?
We're doing great, Jimmy.
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. Come on, 25th annual Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. We are going to do our first Epcot walkthrough.
Like a 20-minute wait on Frozen Ever After right now.
You know, we're standing right in front of the Times board, right by the pin trading place, sort of right behind Spaceship Earth. It rained this morning.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it poured this morning. Right now, it's overcast, but it's still nice. But look at the times here. Test track's down because it's still raining.
Right, you don't want to ride that in the rain.
No, I don't think they'll allow you. But where is, of course...
Frozen Ever After, right down here.
Frozen Ever After, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. The same as the Epcot character spot. Soarin' is 35 minutes. Yeah, that's awesome.
You don't see lines like this very often. And the way that they split up this, you're looking at 4 different boards, and they break it off by Future World East, Future World West, World Showcase. It's just easy to manage your day this way, especially on a rainy day. Come in, take a look at things, and find out where you're heading.
I think another interesting thing to note is me and Lisa and you also, Sam, were in Magic Kingdom yesterday.
Yep.
And it was very quiet, beautiful weather, and still relatively quiet. The lines are shorter, not very many people in the park. So I think that coupled with the rain really has lines down today at Epcot.
Oh, absolutely. And we should mention, what is it? What's today's date? We're all looking at each other like, I'm not sure. And that's what a Disney vacation's all about.
It's April 10th.
There you go. So it's early April. It's after the Easter crowds.
Right.
The week after Easter.
Which
That's
was
right.
incredible that week, just crowd-wise. This is much, much nicer. So Epcot, you just got to love the background and standing here.
Oh, yeah.
The-
The intervention music in the background. The fountain was just playing.
Absolutely. So the Flower and Garden Festival, this is the 25th, which is amazing. The entrance topiary when you come in, featuring Mickey and Goofy, Minnie, and Pluto's up there as well.
Yep.
You always got. I love the fact that that's always different every year, and you can tell what year it is based on the pictures that people take.
Is it
Right.
still Flower and Garden, or is it Flower and Food now?
I think it's a little bit of both, and we're going to get to that because we have play gardens, we have outdoor kitchens, we have topiaries. It's amazing the amount of things that we have. We have the Garden Rocks series.
Right.
There's a lot of cool things that happen. So behind us right here is Donald with all three of his nephews. It looks like the bees are chasing them, which
And
actually
the bees play a role. The bees
absolutely
play a
they
role
do.
this year.
Spike and Spike's
yep.
pollination exploration, which is a scavenger hunt for kids, which is really nice.
And for adults too. Do not tie
you're
that
right.
into just children.
Have you done it?
I have not yet, because
So-
this will be one of my first full walkthroughs of the Flower and Garden
Awesome.
today.
I am definitely looking forward to what you think about a lot of the things happening. And the prize at the end of the pollination are flower and garden patches.
Get out of town.
And they're awesome. That Figment, it's flower. We're going to go into one of the centers there. So we're going to start our walk here. And I think what we're going to do is head here towards the Fountain of Nations, which we're going to see. Jimmy, you mentioned the Fountain of Nations. I really think this is the most overlooked attraction in all of Epcot.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I've sat quite a few times just sitting on the side and just watching, especially when it's going and all the music's going and the guys, the fountain dancing to the music. It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely, and it's an attraction in itself. The music plays, the fountains go to the music. It happens during the day, it happens at night with some great lights, but most people just walk right past it.
Well, yeah, right on their way to the next thing. And that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that we give is slow down. Slow down and enjoy those little things.
Slow down and smell the flowers?
Right, yeah.
Is that what you said?
I think I slow down and smell Stitch. Will you smell peanut butter and jelly, or will you smell the flowers?
So the first topiary we're running into here is Stitch, who's in front of Mouse Gear.
Stitch is my favorite character, so I got to get a quick selfie with Stitch. Maybe Sam can include that in the...
Absolutely, we'll put it in the show notes, so you need to go for that. And we are standing basically across from the electric umbrella. Now, Stitch is the first that we are encountering after the entrance, and they're everywhere. There's 60 topiaries, over 60, all around World Showcase. This is how the Flower and Garden really started, with topiaries.
And this is the first time I have done Flower and Garden in 8 years.
So you've never seen the outdoor kitchens?
No, the outdoor kitchens are very new to me.
Very new, but yet they'll look very similar because they're going to look a lot like the Food and Wine Festival.
The T-shirts of the family in front of us are downright hysterical.
So I'm used to seeing Best Day Ever.
Yeah.
You've seen those before?
Yes, I have, yeah.
These, by the way, are bright orange, and I'll let you.
They say the most expensive day ever, and that is great.
That's pretty funny, yeah. All right, Jimmy's doing his selfie. My camera's covered for the weather, so I'd take a picture of
and
Jimmy
I
in his Stitch selfie.
I don't
What are
blame
Stitch's
you.
teeth? Are those avocados? I don't know what they are.
I don't think that they are, but they look different.
We're trying to figure out what Stitch's teeth are. Yep, not sure.
I love that they still have this Epcot 35 merchandise everywhere.
Epcot 35 is everywhere. I love it too. Which, by the way, in Mouse Gear, there's a Figment from the original attraction, by the way.
I will say that garden that Stitch was in had some really, I mean, it's probably Mouse Gear, but it had some really Hawaiian-looking flowers.
All around Stitch,
Yeah.
and what you'll find during the Flower and Garden Festival are festival gardens everywhere, and they're all themed. Every garden's themed. Horticulture does an incredible job going through of all of this stuff. And we are right now coming through Future World, looking at Mission Space. Straight ahead, and you can see the Buzz Lightyear topiary right in front of Mission Space.
Now this is one of these moments where did I miss this, or am I just going slow enough that I see it for the first time? Is this test track symbol new?
That big TT has been there since it opened.
Oh, then there you go.
Absolutely.
See,
And you
I'm
can,
just shutting
it's
it
really,
down.
It's prominent when you're on the monorail. You can really see it from the monorail. You can see
okay.
the big test track.
I haven't come into Epcot on the monorail in a very long time.
So a couple of things I want to point out because of that, and one of the reasons why I wanted to come this direction. We're looking straight ahead towards Buzz Lightyear Mission Space, and to the right is Test Track, and right around the corner we're going to see the Florida 500 Garden, which is a kids' play garden. But on the left is what I wanted to look at, because we see the old Ellen's Adventure completely behind walls, and what was once the Festival Center is not the Festival Center.
this year. That's right.
Coming in on the monorail, by the way, if you look to your left, just past Ellen's, you can see the construction site for the new Guardians coaster.
And if you step back, I feel like you can see the top of a crane.
There absolutely is a crane over there.
I thought I just saw a top of a crane.
The footprint for that attraction, and the reason why I wanted to come this way is that this is going to change completely. Because I believe that towards the left, everything's going to be gardens. It's going to be absolutely amazing, the size of this thing. In fact, the D23 Japan, we heard from Bob Gurr telling us that it would be one of the biggest indoor roller coasters in the world.
Wow.
Indoor roller coaster.
Part of me, I have seen pictures in the last month of the whole backside of this building.
Yeah.
The whole backside of this building is removed.
Yes.
And they're going to start bringing in the track for this.
So what used to be Ellen's Any Adventure, the show building, is nothing more than a facade now.
Well,
it's going to be an
should
entrance and a queue and
a gift shop.
And a gift
That's
shop.
right. That's right. Because where else are they going to drop you off?
Right.
It's the queue, the load, the unload, and the gift shop.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
And then the whole backside of it.
Which is back in parking lot area. And you can see the footprint of it from the monorail. Now, recently, looking at the old Festival Center, which was once Wonders of Life, Disney posted internal job openings for Imagineers looking to re-theme that building. Have any of you guys seen Black Panther?
Yes.
Yes.
So what's the headquarters? What shape
Wakanda.
is it?
Yes.
What shape is
Oh
it?
yeah, it's a big
Big dome.
like a terrarium.
What's that?
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's a big dome. All right, we're gonna move
but
on.
can they do that? I like that you're thinking that. Can they do that?
I don't know if Black Panther's part of what went to the rights that went to Universal.
So
Some of them
my
are, some of them
point
aren't.
is-
Guardians of the Galaxy obviously did not, because we're going to have that attraction.
Yep.
So it's not all-
That's a good point.
So it's
Okay.
not all Marvel characters. It's specific Marvel characters
that were
they
in
have
Universal Studios already, like
right, that had
Spider-Man,
had
Incredible
the
Hulk, we
rights,
know the ones.
X-Men.
So the only reason I want to come over is just kind of point that out, because I think we could have an entire corner of
Marvel.
Future World be Marvel. How about that?
And Marvel futuristic themed.
Yes. Which
So that
fits right
even-
in, doesn't it?
So that even if we don't have the rights to the other present day Marvel moments, you have these futuristic.
Yep. We are walking just past the restroom. You guys will know where we are because we made that right. The Purple Martin's Garden is right here.
Let me tell you where my head is.
Let's take a quick
Where's your head?
I read Purple Martinis.
I think there are some of those in the outdoor kitchens, by the way.
Perfect, see?
But there's a show, they do a thing here every morning, and I don't think it happened this morning because of the rain. But these are, you can see the birds here, and these are the man-made birds' nests, and they migrate back here every year. There's a great story behind it. Check your Times Guide because it is worth watching this.
This is I love this area. When I was younger, my grandfather used to build these birdhouses in his backyard, and specifically for purple martins. He loved purple martins.
That's awesome. So being
And
from Louisiana, that
so-
makes sense.
yeah, so
they don't get
it's-
as far north as Lisa and I.
No.
They're fantastic little birds. So when I saw that sign, it brought something back. Like, man, my grandfather used to have those things all over his backyard.
That's cool.
Because of that.
And you'll notice them all around both Epcot and Animal Kingdom, by the way.
Yeah.
And you'll see them all over here. All right, we're entering on the backside of Mouse Gear. This is the road to the Florida 500. This is Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez topiaries, which are kind of cool.
They are very well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Look at the wheels. The wheels are made of the like peat moss. Yes.
And now it did rain this morning, so this play garden is closed right now.
We had snow when we left, when we came down. But
rain this morning.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And really, the flowers took a beating. If you look around at the flowers, they just took a beating today.
Absolutely. But they look great still.
They'll bounce back. Like, that's not the
Absolutely,
thing.
they will. Now, the one thing I do want to point out here, one of the things I love about the Flower and Garden Festival is the kids' activities. And this is one of them. This is the Road to the Florida 500 playground, where there's a track and kids run around the track. And there's also a scavenger hunt specific to this location, where when they're finished, they get a seed packet, which are black-eyed Susans that you can take home and plant.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fabulous.
Every year for probably the last 10 years, we and my family have taken seeds back home and grown them from the Flower and Garden Festival. So this is where you get those this year.
You know what else I love about this area? The sign. It says this play area is for enjoyment of children of all ages.
Nice.
Meaning not just for children.
Well,
That's right.
Jimmy, you can run the track. It's
That's
closed right
I'm
now.
not going to run.
I'm guessing the
but
track might be a little slippery.
If Jimmy runs, we've got problems.
There's a great hidden Mickey back there too, which is 3 tires.
I like that. I like
Oh,
that. I
that's
like
fabulous.
It. I like it that they let you know that it's, you know what, if you're an adult and you want to go back there and play with the kids, go ahead.
Yep, absolutely. This is part of the scavenger hunt, the prickly pear cactus and the Spanish bonnet, and that is really cool.
These are really cool. Look how beautiful these gardens around the lagoon are.
So these are the festival blooms. We're looking at those flowers around. I think the other side's even bigger.
That you see beautifully from the monorail.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And the floating gardens I love too.
Yes.
These little plants that float out there, there's like 300 of those suckers, and absolutely beautiful. In fact, I've thought about flooding my backyard.
With the
should.
snow you got this year, you probably
think
could have
you-
done it.
I think you should. I'm a
Jimmy, I think you should. You should do it. Yeah, I'm sure Susan's listening going, no,
That's right.
you're not flooding the backyard. It sounds like the Fountain of Nations is going on as we're walking back towards the center here.
It does sound like it's back on. But we are walking straight towards as the caterpillar would say, in a bug's life, a beautiful butterfly.
Ah, I like that. The Goodness Garden Butterfly House is straight in front of us. And this is, so I'm going to let you guys listen for just a second. We're walking through the courtyard here, and the Fountain of Nations is indeed going on right now.
I'm back. Head up.
Jimmy's back. He had a little...
I had a Sam moment.
It's fine.
Like, Doug,
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
All right, to our left, which we probably won't walk down that way, but there's Figment, the Figment topiary,
I like
who just a few months ago was in front holding a paintbrush for Festival of Arts.
That's right.
Same Figment, no paintbrush.
You know what's great?
Yep. So that Fountain of Nation happens all the time. There's a lot of festival shops here where the tarps are down to keep the merchandise dry, but that is all of the merchandise that used to be in the festival center. It's all out here. Who doesn't love that music?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Yeah.
This is the bigger side of the festival blooms with a new addition for 2018, brought to you by FTD.
Oh, it's got a sponsor.
It has a sponsor this year.
And a brilliant sponsor at that. How very smart of them.
Makes very, very good sense. So me and Lisa were telling you the other day that they were giving out the apple juices. And here this makes complete sense now because
Yeah,
the
Go-Go
Butterfly House
Squeeze.
is sponsored by Go-Go Squeeze.
There you go, the Goodness Garden Butterfly House. Let's go walk through the Butterfly House
Now, I
because I
told
know
you-
Jimmy loves
I told
butterflies.
you I don't like bugs, but I'm gonna do it for just research.
Hi everyone, welcome.
Thank you.
If you hear me scream, you'll know that fucking butterfly tried to land on it.
So this is quite the permanent residence of Future World and the festival. It's been here for quite some time.
Now, for those of you that have not come here, you walk through a set of beads,
Which
and
we
that
just
really,
did.
that really is in a great attempt to keep the birds out.
And the butterflies in.
It's a little wet. I don't know how many we're going to see, but
Well, you're gonna see this here in the
Oh, yeah.
chrysalis house here.
it looks like they're in the house there. They went back in to keep dry. Pretty smart on their side. So this basically documents the life cycle of butterflies. A couple of cool things about this. About 5 years ago, they put permanent anchors in the ground for this butterfly house. So they mount it to things that are in the ground, which is really cool
For bad weather, yes.
for bad weather like this morning. So you can tell it looks kind of permanent because they've mounted that into the ground. This is cool too. When they're finished, the last day of Flower and Garden, they open this butterfly house and release them.
Just let them go.
Just let them go, which is really cool.
Very cool.
So on a rainy morning, the butterflies aren't all that active. Jimmy's okay with that.
Which is good news for Jimmy.
Oh, there's a couple on the fence over here. Stuck to the side. Back through the beads on the other side.
Back in the day, Sam probably had some beads like that to get into his bedroom.
They were rainbow colored, Jimmy. How'd you know? We should point out, if you're an annual pass holder, there's a pretty cool giveaway happening. The annual pass holder magnet, Flower and Garden Festival Edition. There were Mickeys and Minnies.
I got the Mickey and the Minnie.
That's right, we were here for both.
That means you've completed the set. And you know, this festival runs 90 days from February 28th to May 28th. It's not that far flung to get 2 trips in. One at the beginning and one towards the end.
No, I'll tell you, we'll be back at the end.
There you go. Daisy, Chip, and Dale are hanging out near Imagination.
Of course, coming out to the right of us is that reverse waterfall right in front of
Yeah, you
Journey
can hear
to
it.
Imagination.
Hopefully you can hear it in the background.
I'm in awe at how beautiful the lawn, just the lawn
Yes.
is. It's amazing.
Well, when you
The
water it,
Bermuda-
or not, you let Mother Nature water it.
Yeah,
Right.
The Bermuda grass here, I mean, they take it seriously, though. It's gorgeous.
If you do any research or Googling on Disney horticulturalists, it's amazing what those guys do.
large staff.
And it's not just for Epcot and a Flower and Garden Festival. We're talking every resort.
Year round.
Think about the flowers for Christmas time and just the things that happen. It's amazing.
Even food and wine.
Absolutely.
They have just the most beautiful flowers and plants around. It doesn't matter. And you're right, you talk about the resorts. When you walk around those resorts, those grounds are serene, and really, that is made by the horticultural team at Walt Disney World.
Yep.
What I love about some of these gardens, we're entering the how-to garden, where you get some ideas for things you could do at home.
It's amazing, though, because it's not just about, hey, look what we do.
Yeah.
Hey, it's about
Here's what you can
education.
do.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is about education. Hey, look, you could do this. This
How about
isn't that
a
hard.
pet topiary or a living roof, which is basically, keep your pets cool by putting some plants on the roof of the doghouse. That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it
That's
gives
probably
you
the only type of dog my kids would get.
and
The
it-
topiary one.
That's
and
right.
And it's interesting because it tells you what types of plants to plant there that's going to survive in that environment.
Absolutely. I like the DIY butterfly house here on the left. This is an outdoor patio umbrella with some netting around it and some butterfly flowers inside.
Yeah.
I see there's one in there.
Concrete block planter.
Now that I could do. I can stack blocks.
Look
So
at
it's
that.
like Legos.
Yeah. But they put a little mortar in between to keep it.
Yeah, they did, to keep it from blowing
Keep
over.
it from blowing over, and they,
Terracotta
still pretty
crafts. It's some cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Using the pottery, yes.
It's cool. I like it.
Here comes a monorail. There's your picture right there. Everybody get the cameras out. Picture with the festival blooms underneath. Monorail going by. Monorail gray. Just listening to that, you know exactly what we're looking at.
Yeah. For real.
All right, next to the how-to garden, probably closed right now because it's wet and slippery, I'm sure. Probably one of my favorite places. This is the Imagination Playground, which is in the shadows of the Imagination Pavilion.
If I could pick any grass that I just any grass out there from my yard, this is the grass I'd pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fake one, the plastic.
It's the same thing
But it
that's
looks-
over at Magic Kingdom.
but it
It's
looks-
bouncy. It looks real.
It looks fantastic all year
does.
round.
It does.
You don't have to cut it.
So if you look at this play garden that's closed, there's a couple of things I want you guys to see. There is sort of a maze in the middle with musical instruments all around it. Look at all the umbrellas, which right now are tucked in, but look at the Adirondack chairs around here and the places for kids to run and play. And imagine a bright sunny day, which happens all the time here, those umbrellas in the shade when mom and dad just got something from the Honey Bistro, which is the first outdoor kitchen right here to the left. Not saying that happened, but it's awesome.
And now you're talking.
A little play
And
structure
this is-
here as well. But
this
this keeps kids happy.
Right, and this is what we heard at D23. Epcot, it's not just for the adults, it's for the kids.
Yep.
And we're going to make it more kid-friendly. You wait and see.
And that's exactly what this is about. So the Honey Bistro's on our left here. I love this background music here, Honey Bistro.
food here. Let's see.
Let's see. Pictures of all the food. Now, one thing I do want you guys to kind of notice, in all of these outdoor kitchens we go to, the gardens around it are sustaining the products that they're serving in the outdoor kitchen.
Sure.
Which is really cool, how they've tied that together everywhere.
Oh,
So
see,
here
that's
you see the
fabulous.
honey flowers, the honeybees. Right here on the left, Jimmy. Jimmy, here. The roasted broccoli. There's a flatbread. I do like the pictures of everything. Photographs.
Oh,
Honey
see?
peach cobbler freeze with blueberry vodka. That may be the purple thing that I was talking about before. Pretty nice, huh?
This is beautiful.
Similar to the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Now notice what they've done here. Because of the rain, they've moved the register on the inside.
Well, that's the thing I was just looking. I'm like, they're
Yeah.
giving away food for free. That's
No,
not
the
true.
registers are all covered. So this reminds me of, I hate to bring it up, but hurricane season
Yeah.
when we were here, because the outdoor stuff, that was gone.
Yeah.
It just disappeared. All the registers were gone. And they were doing exactly what they're doing here, which is you're ordering the food at the booth.
Which is, I'm probably on a pretty day, probably not optimal because they're so busy. But today, because of the rain, they're so slow that it doesn't really affect anything. There's
Sure.
no line
No,
anyway.
it doesn't at all.
Yeah. Cool representation with all the beehives.
Yeah,
The
everywhere.
plants that all support the bees, and then they show you exactly how they harvest the honey.
What's going on in the box?
What's going on in that
In
box?
that honey box. There you go. And by the way, this is the new outdoor kitchen for 2018, the Honey Bistro.
Pretty cool.
Bistro.
Pretty cool.
So it's the age-old question as we enter World Showcase. Do we go to the left? Do we go to the right? You know what? We're going to the left, and I'm going to tell you why. One of my favorite food items right here. This is the Pineapple Promenade.
Oh,
The Pineapple Promenade has a spicy hot dog with pineapple and banana chips.
you were raving about this yesterday.
It was really, really good. They also have pineapple soft served with Fanta or pineapple soft served with Parrot Bay coconut rum. And there is no line.
There's
Jimmy.
also
None.
a pineapple beer flight.
And I think that's calling you right now.
So, Coastal Empire Beer Company, Coco Pina Goose, Maui Brewing Company, Pineapple Mana Wheat, Sweetwater Brewing Company, Going Coastal IPA with pineapple. Are the three beers that make up the flight.
So I've got to tell you right now, and this just hit me for all of us. We've done these kind of tours before where we walk around virtually while we're looking at guides and we're in our houses.
Sure.
Is this more fun?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
way better.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
This is way more fun. Jimmy, there's no line here if you're interested.
Y'all want to try the flight?
I'll let you do that. And I think what I'm going to do, Lisa and I are going to go over here and look at the Redemption Center for the Spike's Pollen. We'll be inside there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, in the port of entry. Jimmy is the only person in line.
Only person in line.
The only person.
So this is Spike's Pollen Nation. Very clever play on words. Pollen Nation. Exploration 2018. Here's where you can get your maps and see a cast member for more details. Obviously, the stickers, and it costs $5.99 plus tax.
With
Now,
an annual pass discount applied to it is less.
that's awesome. That's not even something I would have thought of.
Yes, you can get your annual pass discount. And by the way, during Easter, they also had the Easter, well, I don't want to call it an Easter egg because it was the egg extravaganza. So there
That's
were two
right.
scavenger hunts happening at the same time. By the way, here's our first look at some merchandise, Lisa, including annual pass holder exclusive merchandise.
Which is Figment.
T-shirts,
Figment
which are
t-shirts.
awesome. And I really like the orange Mickey kind of thing. I think it's really cool.
And we, of course, are at Port of Entry.
Port of entry. All right, so to tie this all back together, Spike's Bee Adventure, the Pike's Pollination Adventure.
Look
See
it up
Donald
here.
with
Yeah.
the bees? Yes. So Spike, there are two ways you might know Spike. One is, if you're a little older, Spike was part of some original Donald Duck cartoons back in the 50s, 60s, in that area.
Yep.
But Spike is also known as Buzz Buzz on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Oh.
So your kids are going to know who he is.
That's
when they
right.
see him, they're going to go, wow.
Hey, that's
That's
Buzz.
pretty cool. Oh,
pineapple
Jimmy's
beer.
got a beer flight. What do you got there?
So the first one is Coastal Empire Beer Company, Coco Pino Goat. I don't know how to pronounce this. Gose.
Which one do you want? Because I'll take another.
Well, let's each try it. Let's each try each one.
All right.
Lisa, and
That's
you're not even a beer person, so
That's actually really good.
okay.
Which one was that?
This is the Coastal Improv Beer Company Coco Pinot Ghost.
That's probably the only one I'm gonna like because as they
Coco
get darker,
Pinot
that
Ghost.
is the lighter.
That's got almost a wine type thing to it. It's like a sparkling wine, if you ask me.
You'll like that.
Second one is the Maui Brewing Company Pineapple Mana Wheat.
Pineapple Mana. I like the first one better.
And then the third one is a Sweetwater Brewing Company Going Coastal IPA with pineapple.
Sweetwater Brewing, is that right here in Florida somewhere?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I thought so. Very good.
You got that one?
I did.
You try this one?
I did.
Let me try.
So that's the IPA.
Nah, I like the other two better. It's really hoppy.
And that first one
and some
is-
people love that. They
Well,
love
it's an
the hoppy.
IPA, so IPA
I don't like
can be-
I don't like coffee at all.
There's moonshine in it.
Firefly moonshine. Hold the phone.
All right, we were just making our way over to the pollination here, and I'm going to show you one of the first ones when we get outside. But here's what I wanted you to see.
I'll give that one at least.
The prize. We've been slightly distracted.
Yeah, they won't let you take that though.
No, you have to pick it up at the.
Pick it up
you
on
pick
the
it up
way
on the way
out.
out, just like the.
Any type of wine.
I'd
They
walk
have
around
now
with
the.
that and sip
the
it through the World
so you have the
Showcase.
Once Upon a Time
Upon
wines
a-
here
yep.
over in Hollywood Studios. Now they have the Skywalker vineyard. Same thing. You
Go
have
on
to.
your way.
I'm good.
What you can
Good,
get,
thank you.
I didn't want all three of them, Sam.
All right, I'll drink it.
what you can get that
Throw it away.
at California Grill.
Yes, you can. Can you get the Lassiter wines over there too?
Yes, you can.
Very nice. All right, so once you complete your pollination scavenger hunt, I'm going to point a couple out as we're going on. There is a series of 4 different patch booklets that you can choose.
And it's got the pass holder on the back, right? Yes.
Thank you. Here's what we got. And you know what? A couple of them are gone already that I already had.
Yes, it is. Hi.
Lisa's running into people she knows everywhere. So when you finish, you get to pick one of the patches. You see Mickey over there with Flower and Garden Festival, Little Orange Bird. There were 4 of these when the festival started. One already missing is the Figment one that there are pictures of in our photo report, by the way. But it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
All right, I'm going to head out this way, leaving port of entry.
Festival shop.
One of many festival shops around
So
World
that's what
Showcase.
they
There are
did.
lots of them.
So rather than having one central festival shop location, they broke them up into many different little booths all around.
World Showcase. You're absolutely right, Jimmy. And in fact, they used to have them all the way around, but they had select merchandise. Now they have all the merchandise going around. One thing I did want to point out, because this is interesting. If you look back sort of over, what is that, between China and Germany, the construction
huge
cranes
crane.
happenings, that is the Caribbean
Riviera?
Beach. Yeah, the Riviera over
Riviera.
Caribbean Beach. Which, by the way, if you think about it now, you can see those 2 construction cranes. There's another construction crane behind France for Ratatouille, which we haven't talked about yet. There's another construction crane that you can see in the front behind, we just talked about it earlier, the new Guardians
Guardians
ride.
Galaxy.
There's 4 or 5 that you can see here.
I'm looking at this Bambi.
All right, we're going to go around Bambi and Thumper here.
Topiary, and it is
They're sweet.
ridiculously fantastic. I mean,
So this, by the way, is one of the first Spike's pollen adventures. And the hint is you need to look for the rose garden and match him to the rose. So do you see Spike?
yes.
There you go. That's the first part of the scavenger hunt. Now you
Nice.
put your sticker down on the rose. So that's how Spike looks all around World Showcase.
So similar to what they did with the Ratatouille thing for Food and Wine, the hide and squeak.
Very similar.
Yeah.
It's the springtime version of Hide and Squeak, which is also the springtime version of the Figments for the Festival of Arts.
Yeah.
And there's a Christmas
And
one
the
too.
egg, and then there's the big eggs for
The,
Easter.
the eggs are during Easter week, and who is Christmas? I'm blanking now on. Somebody was the Christmas.
I don't know. I haven't been here during Christmas, so I don't know.
Let's just listen to a little music for a second as we see butterflies. Monorail, get your camera out.
Right.
As the monorail comes around and we are approaching the center.
Green. The question is it going to break down before it finishes the loop?
No, that one will be good. I think blue is the issue. I had some issues on monorail blue yesterday. And in fact, I had mentioned that there was no pre-recorded spiel. That was just a monorail blue specific thing.
Huh.
Where there was no Por favor Montango de la... I love
So,
that.
just specifically... I'll listen to that music.
Absolutely. Here's the center line. This line is the center of the park.
Exact
It
center.
aligns the American Adventure directly in the middle of Spaceship Earth, if you look back this way.
Very cool.
With Figment right in the middle, the butterfly topiary right in the middle. It's all right there. Heading back towards Mexico, La Isla Fresca.
Yep.
Let's go see what they got.
Sounds like something I want.
It does. As we make our way towards Mexico, Lisa rejoins us. Do you want to look at the pictures of the food that we have here?
Yes, of course. Of course, of course. And still, again, no line.
Not at all.
Not
None.
one person. And they're back to the outdoor stations, the outdoor...
Yeah, they are. Well, it's...
weather's kind of cleared up a little bit.
So it will get busy. What do we have here? Sugarcane shrimp skewers. I've had that. That's very good.
Golden Road Brewing Tart Mango Cartwheel Ale.
I'll tell you what, that Simply Tropical freeze right there.
With the mango rum.
Oh,
What about the Caribbean conch salad with mango papaya and pickled red onions? Oh.
But not far away is the next one. There's 14 of these. You got to pace.
that's the catch. That's really the catch. You have to pace.
You know, I really recommend having 3 or 4 people do this together.
Just looking at the beer taps.
But yeah,
I got what
they're
you're
all
saying.
different, yeah. So I really think the secret to this, and just the same with food and wine, I think it's, the idea, the best way to do it is have 3-4 friends that you don't mind sharing food with. And
Right.
you go to each
That's a
booth,
really big
and
part.
you each grab a fork, you kind of dig into each plate, and you get to try more of it that way.
Yep.
So I'm going to call out here on the left-hand side, which is an addition and a notable absence here. So on the left-hand side across from Disney Traders is the little gazebo here, which is typically a meet and greet. And today we have Pluto here, but this was where Duffy was.
Duffy
And that is a notable absence. My daughter misses Duffy horribly.
For those listening from Disney, we need Duffy back for some. The berry basket is quickly approaching on our left. Now notice that all of these outdoor kitchens, they're not countries, but they're yet. So the berry basket, you have all the berry flowers and the berry plants. The Pineapple Promenade had that.
Themed, well themed.
They're themed, absolutely.
Oh my God, they got a lamb chop.
A lamb chop,
Right.
field greens, a warm wild berry bucket,
Put a quinoa salad and a blackberry gastrique.
Island Groove blueberry macchiato. Very nice. Now I do like, here's the photographs on they have pictures of all the food. I think that's something that they've started, and I hope that carries over to Food and Wine.
Do you think it helps?
And that's something that you saw a little bit with Food and Wine. Some of the
All of them now. Look
Yeah.
at that warm wild berry bucket. Now that I see that, I want it.
Do you think it helps them?
helps with sales for certain.
Yeah, because we eat with our eyes first, right?
That's right.
And I just ate that.
Or at least that's what Gordon Ramsay tells me.
Yes.
I just ate that.
Right.
Warm wild berry bucket. Here's Garden Rock's concert lineup.
And this is different than before, where it used to be cover bands, right? You used to get cover bands.
So before it was Garden Rocks, it was the Flower Power concert
That's
series.
right. So you got the Beatles cover bands. And
Yeah, which was the Australian
I don't never
Beatles, and there was a
remember
Billy
that.
Joel
Yep.
cover band
That's
that came
right.
through. And yes, now
I remember some of the cover bands, but not for Flower Power. I thought that was in between, because I remember Herman Hermit played the Flower Power concert for years.
Well, he
but-
might have covered.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
So this is, I guess, notable of the Garden Rock series, which is in the American Adventure Pavilion. It is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's no entertainment Tuesday through Thursday.
That's correct. Yep.
So, but Survivor, Smash Mouth, Rick Springfield, Night Ranger opened this thing up. Fog Hat would be cool.
Smash Mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's some good ones here. Yeah. For certain. More festival merchandise, including pass holder exclusive stuff.
Now, will you find the pass holder exclusive stuff at just about every stand, or do you have to go to specific ones?
Not all of them, but you'll see the sign right behind here that says pass holder exclusive merchandise, and it lists what they have there, the ladies' tanks. And it's not at every one, but most of them.
Right.
At least that's the way it feels.
Oh.
So approaching Mexico, who wants to pronounce that?
It is Jardín de Fiestas.
Jardín de Fiesta. That sounds good, sure.
Pork taco.
Violet Punch. That's the purple drink that I was talking about.
Oh, really?
That's
You get
it.
one.
They also have some really cool tequila here, if I remember correctly.
Interesting enough, there's a Daisy Spice beer. Daisy Spicy.
Nice.
Daisy Spicy beer.
Very nice. The three Caballeros are on our left over here.
It's interesting because there's a spicy beer also in
Topiaries.
America. In the flight. There's one that's a pepper, like a chili pepper beer.
Some chanting from the stroller next to us. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
From strollers, it's fine. From Brasilia tour groups, I'd rather not.
That is not going any faster.
No. Come on, Daddy, go faster.
As we approach Mexico, the counter service is on our right-hand side, La Cantina, and the new
Choza de Margarita.
the margarita stand, which we all know used to be over by Norway, and when they started to expand Norway, that went
And
away.
it was a cart, and now it's a whole building.
This is the shortest I've ever seen the line, but this is not just frozen margaritas, too.
Margaritas,
Tacos,
cervezas,
guacamole.
empanadas, tacos, guacamole.
It's not just
I
frozen
want-
margaritas.
let's
That's
get
what's
one of
called.
everything.
I feel like we should.
Can we
And
get a
could.
floater?
I've not seen this. Notice the switchback here for lines. I've not seen this not out to the
Do
entrance.
they have a floater?
They
Just
still do
Secchi's
over
with
here.
a floater.
The
How good was
what
that?
was it?
It was raspberry.
Raspberry.
Raspberry,
yes.
yes.
A little raspberry floater.
So good in a Dos Equis.
Oh, so good.
Absolutely.
But it's in America.
Walking through Mexico, you can tell we're here.
Viva la Mexico. For some reason, when anybody asks me what my favorite park is, I always try in some way in my mind, try and justify why it should be Magic Kingdom. And I love Magic Kingdom, but I
As
love
I've
this.
gotten older,
I love this park
Yeah,
so much.
absolutely. So on your left here, you'll notice tropical rainforest. That's one of the hints in the Spikes pollination trail is tropical rainforest. So the other spike's up there somewhere. The next one, anyway. Oh, I like
Oh, that was close.
How about
So
that
close.
little trick there?
So close. All right, let's do it again.
We're gonna do it again.
No, you guys. No, we have to. All right, Lisa. All right, hold
Lisa's
on,
going to
hold
try.
on.
We have a cane spinning a Mexican sombrero, and Lisa's going to catch it on her head. Jimmy's recording. This will be in the show notes.
yeah.
Not that good audio, but we're going to have the video in the show notes. That was
There you
pretty
go.
good.
Thank
That
you.
was really good. Awesome shirt. See
Oh,
that?
thank you.
Yeah, Jimmy, walking through Mexico, your shirt. Fiesta, siesta, repeat.
That's right.
That's a perfect shirt to be walking through Mexico in. Oh, interesting thing I noticed up here walking around yesterday. We're approaching Mexico, or I'm sorry, we're leaving Mexico, approaching Norway. We see Anna and Elsa topiaries over here on the left. Lots of detail, very, very good topiaries. On our right, one of the outdoor kitchens is the, all right, who's going to say that one?
I'll leave that with Lisa.
All right, that is the Mignazzo.
Mixazzo Bakery.
Mignazzo.
It's a bakery, which includes, by the way, the school bread is on that menu.
Really?
It is, and I'm going to show you more why in a second, but look at that hot dog. Norwegian Viking hot dog. 1 pound all-beef hot dog with pulled pork, purple cabbage, spicy mayonnaise, bacon, and fried onions. Only available afternoon. Did you see that thing?
Oh my!
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Looks fantastic.
When I walked by here the other day, I thought school bread. That's awfully interesting, right? Because we know where you get the school bread.
Right.
But when you go around to the Norwegian Bakery, the entire thing is closed for refurbishment.
Oh, there you go. So this outdoor kitchen gave them an opportunity to take their most famous item
Yes.
and put it out in the outdoor
It
kitchen.
is still available. It's in the outdoor kitchen, but if you guys look down, this entire left-hand side is closed. So I'm wondering, they are doing some major refurbishments. In fact, when you exit Frozen Ever After, you sort of have to jump out earlier than you normally would, which makes me wonder if they're going to expand that or put indoor seating, or there's something big happening here in Norway.
Right on the left, closest to the walking trail, is the Stave Church.
Yes.
Which, pro tip, if you're visiting Walt Disney World and you didn't know it, you can go in there.
Yes.
Yes, go in there.
Because I've talked to multiple people, including myself, who for years didn't have any idea that you just open the door and walk in.
We spun that on the Wheel of Attractions not all that long ago.
That's
Go
right.
back and listen to that. Trolls in Norwegian Landscape. There's your.
You want to see something funny?
There's another one of the.
Screensaver from my phone.
Is the troll? The screensaver on Jimmy's phone is indeed the troll,
From
although
a couple
he
years
has
ago.
much whiter teeth now than he used to have.
He does. He didn't have teeth before.
He's got some
They've
really
given him
white teeth.
That's interesting.
So that's just part of it's always just a little bit different. Leaving Norway, approaching the Lotus House, our next outdoor kitchen. Spicy meatballs, fried chicken dumplings. You know, one thing we should point out, because we didn't talk about this, and Jimmy is the travel agent, you see Disney Dining Plan on a lot of things here.
Oh, when you're here for food and wine or this, these are great uses of your snack credits. So, like here, fried chicken dumpling, $6.25.
Not bad.
Counts as a snack.
Right.
That's
So the
incredible,
goal
that.
of this would be: do not use the snack credit for the $3 bottle of water.
Right.
Use the snack
Right.
credit
Right.
for the $6.25 fried chicken
I think I
dumpling.
did the math. Anything over $5.50.
That's the math?
Yeah.
All right, for a snack. All right, so
Yep.
that's a great example. And we probably should have pointed that out earlier, but this is the Lotus House.
Oh,
What do spicy meatballs look like?
I noticed one earlier that was $9.75 a snack credit.
We're going to keep looking for more.
And for food and wine, the lobster rolls like that. It's like $8 or $9.
Yeah.
And it's,
I was looking for the lobster roll here. There's a panda on our left, topiary.
I like pandas. Drop your
I dropped my Times Guide
guy.
as I was fiddling with my umbrella.
You gonna take your umbrella?
I'm good. Thank you, sir. Joey of Tea's always a good spot. Peach Snap.
The cantaloupe
Cantaloupe.
is fantastic. It's
the
basically
peach
like
snap?
a cantaloupe. It's like basically cantaloupe juice and vodka. It's the cantaloupe.
Nice.
It's delicious and very refreshing.
The Peach Snap is green tea and peach schnapps. Frozen.
It's got to be good.
It is good.
It's got to be good.
Not sure.
What's up?
Curious as to what the white backdrop is.
That's
Or
the
where it
butterfly
is.
house,
It's
huh?
between,
Is that
between
under-
Canada and...
You know?
It looks like it's right behind the Yorkshire,
Yeah.
the Rose and Crown Outdoor.
Oh,
Interesting.
Is that where
So
that
we're
big gate opens up that goes back to
the
that pavilion
World
where they-
Show Place.
the World
I
Show
don't
Place?
exactly
That's-
remember.
That's not where
But
that
maybe
World
they-
Show place is.
So we're standing in China looking across World Showcase Lagoon, noticing a huge white tarp that hadn't been there previously. Yeah, we might as well make it all the way around. You know, as we're doing this, I didn't know how far around would make it. I just figured we'd start walking.
I've been actually on a shorter trip. I've been kind of looking to do this and kind of look at this stuff. And you know what? This is great because it gives me an archive of it.
That's exactly what it does, dude. That's why, you look back at those Hollywood Studios walkthrough, it is nothing more than an archive. The first time I did that was Star Wars Weekends 2016 and had no idea it was the last Star Wars Weekends. It's a time capsule, and this really is because things are going to be changing.
Very
This
good.
is the next. This
construction
is
trains.
the next pack. This is the next park.
It is, and there's so much more than we know about. There's so much more than a gondola system and Remy and a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Correct.
There's lots more
I'm
happening.
going to go right up here to the refreshment outpost and grab a pineapple hard cider
Pineapple hard cider. And you know what, Jimmy? There's no line.
on draft.
There's no line.
And Lisa May, look, she's thinking about it. I see it.
Hungry.
You can see the thigh. Only because there's no line, we hear the kids jamming on the drums behind us. Do you remember the bead location? Where they
Yes.
recycled the maps as beads?
Yep.
That was cool. It's
You
not
know
there
what?
anymore.
I didn't know that they did that until when we got married. Angela and I got married.
Right.
All of our flowers at our wedding were made from park maps.
Oh, that's cool. That's
So
really
her bouquet was made of park maps.
That's cool.
All of
Did
our
somebody
centerpieces.
local to do it, or did you?
We did it ourselves.
You guys did it.
We did it ourselves.
Lisa, there's a blog there somewhere that
Yep.
needs written.
We did it ourselves, and I'll have to talk to the wife because while I do write blogs, I don't know whether or not I could write. She just told me what to do and then where to glue stuff. That was about it.
So if you've noticed, a lot of the blogs that I write are pictures.
Yeah, right. But we called Disney and asked them if they could send us maps.
Like
Because
dated or older park maps.
It didn't matter to me whether or not they were current or
No,
not.
it doesn't matter, but I'm
Because
thinking
we're
they
cutting
have a
them up and
surplus.
so they must have a surplus. And what we learned was that yes, they make jewelry out of them, and then they sell
Sell it
them.
right here in the African Outpost.
And what do they do with the profits? They donate the profits.
Very nice.
And I did not know that
I
until
didn't
we
know that either.
called. I did not know that until we called. And that was something that was fascinating. But no, anybody that came down, we just said, hey, can you please, for the love, send us some park maps? And we had about 5 or 6 friends that got tons and tons of park maps when they came down.
That's awesome. I love that.
I think I still have a ton of them left over because we had way more than we needed.
Nice.
But
So here's what's cool, as I feel the raindrops maybe starting again. So in the amount of time we had a conversation about beads and park maps, Jimmy was able to go through the no line and get himself a pineapple.
Now it's a Yingling
Oh,
because they don't
All right.
because they don't have they don't have it anymore.
Oh, all right.
they don't have the Ace pineapple cider.
No cider.
Coming through the African Outpost seems a little quiet and closed up because of the rain. I guess most of this stuff is outside.
And now it's about to start raining again. So let's stop and let me stop and grab my umbrella.
Yep. And I just put the umbrella up so those of you listening could probably hear the rain above you
That's right.
as it comes down. And looking around, everybody's ponchos are coming out. They're putting their ponchos on.
I mean, 2 minutes ago it looked like it was going to be sunny.
It did.
Well, if you had turned around, you would have seen the I'm just a little dark rain cloud.
Leaving the African Outpost is some more topiaries.
With,
This is the
Brian-
Lion King collection on
Fitting.
the right and left.
How very fitting.
Absolutely. Simone and Pumbaa, which I've always liked these. I just think the details are amazing. And even over on the left, Mufasa and the blue on his nose with
With the Rafiki? Yes.
with the Rafiki, I'm sorry.
He was pulling
I was
up Simba.
backwards there. Oh, and look at that. Even the festival carts have their tarps on now.
Yep. Everybody's
Bye.
trying to seal things up.
So leaving, I see the band's getting ready to play
Let's
here.
do a little bit of live
Yeah, so we're
Germany.
leaving, and this is new, by the way. I had circled this on my Times Guide as something I wanted to record. We'll look in a second to see who they are. They either finished or they're about to start. But walking through the outpost towards Germany in the area that is now the beer garden. They made this permanent some time ago. You remember that this was sort of a place that they used that didn't use, but now you can tell it's absolutely permanent. Is the band going to play? They're
Looks like they're tuning
drying off and tuning up. There's some bonsai trees here. You can.
The smell, yeah, I tried bonsai trees. I
There's a
can't
smell
keep
that
them
smells really
Yeah,
good.
because something smells really, really good.
Well, this is the Broughton Market, the farmers market in Germany. Let's go check this out.
Have you ever tried bonsai tree?
No.
I bought them, but I bought one here in Japan before. I can't. They're very hard to pull out.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I have it. Potato pancakes, toasted pretzel bread. Pretzel bread topped with Black Forest ham and cheese.
Warm cheese strudel,
And a strudel.
served with mixed berries. Wow.
Interesting.
Just like that. It's not raining yet.
Yeah, just like that. I've taken my umbrella down.
That's right.
So,
Welcome to Florida.
we got from Africa through Germany, approached.
I mean, we
No,
moved
we're not even through Germany yet.
Not through Germany.
Like we moved like a continent. Yeah, it's like the weather's gonna be different.
And it is. Now, this is my favorite spot to stop around World Showcase, and that's the grapefruit.
You know, had I
here's
known
something.
they didn't have the pineapple cider, I probably would have waited.
That's my favorite right there. The pretzels.
But
and I don't even try to say it. I just go up and say.
I'll tell you what, the
grapefruit
pretzels here are fabulous, but by a mere minute, at least that's what it felt like. I know it wasn't. when we came for the meet and greet back in October, I got myself a pretzel while we were waiting for Illuminations to start for the Food and Wine half sample-a-thon. I enjoyed the pretzel, and then Ed came over with a pretzel and said, "Hey guys, I just got this for free. I had to pay for mine." It was like maybe a 5-minute difference. So come to some of these kiosks late. You might end up. They're going to throw it away anyways.
That's part of the Disney magic things, right? So here's an interesting fact as we leave Germany and head towards Italy. There's the band. They did finally start. The train over here on the left in the village.
Yes.
That was added for the Flower and Garden Festival in 1996.
Yep.
And was so popular that it never went away.
Never went away. And one of the things I love about it is if you have yourself a good camera, a nice lens, you'll see that the town is decorated for each festival every time you come.
Absolutely. And it's wonderful.
Sam, you should do that in your backyard.
I've thought about it. You have no idea how close I've thought about that.
And then no trip to Germany is complete without the Seven Dwarfs here on our right.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs topiary. They've been in the same spot for quite a few years, and they look
that
great.
Spot suits. I mean, the way it's laid out. I mean,
it's almost like it was built for it.
Right. It's perfect. It may, and who knows? It may have that.
It probably was. You know, the one thing I should mention, because I think this topiary looks phenomenal at night. And a few years ago, they added the nighttime lighting, the different LEDs, the colors, and it really makes the festival a different experience walking around at night to take pictures of topiaries and see the topiaries.
Sam, you're in the homeland.
This is Italy.
Italy.
And
Just walk
Susan,
past
there's
it.
no
Both of you.
wine for frozen margarita.
This is the homeland. This is the homeland.
There's a garden over here on the left, and you might find Spike in it if you guys looked really good. Yeah, I just need to listen for a minute.
Right here?
Yep, that's Spike. There you go. You got your second
Found him.
scavenger hunt.
I found them.
There's
You
actually
get-
2 in Italy.
You can get limoncello if you go in that building right there.
You can get
Yep.
grappa if you go in that building right there. If you go in that building down there, you can get one of the best pizzas you've ever had.
Oh, via Napoli.
Love the Napoli. Lady and the Tramp in their normal spot. We walked right past the
Primavera.
Primavera Kitchen, by the way, which is another one which I don't remember exactly what's on their menu there. But I know that if it's busy, you can get the same Italian margarita there that you can in the kiosk that usually has a really long line.
And their menu, I think, is just typical Italian fare.
We have a guidebook, which, by the way, you need to get a guidebook when you show up.
Any of the special, the festivals.
You get your little guide. It's got the stickers on it and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, so we're looking at the asparagus, is that the frittata? Mixed greens and citrus sauce. The frito misto.
Frito misto.
Which is spicy shrimp, zucchini, and a spicy sauce.
Nice. And, of course, raviolis.
You can't go wrong with ravioli.
Well, they're lobster raviolis.
Oh, wow. Look at that with the vodka sauce. And then you have a little bit of a cantaloupe panna cotta. That's
Panna cotta?
interesting.
Sounds interesting. No, it's a
Panna cotta?
I think that's a cantaloupe wrapped with a ham of some sort.
I know I'm getting a workout
I'm not 100%
opening and
sure.
closing this umbrella.
I was thinking that too as I just closed mine. There is a Garden Italiano on our left. How come I want to say there's tomato plants in there?
There is a tomato on the sign.
All right, leaving Italy towards American Adventure. It's a Tuesday, so no band tonight. I did see Survivor last night. That was great. And I was able to catch Night Ranger earlier on in the festival.
Amazing how just wide open it is and not that many people. And I don't want it to sound like there's no people, but I mean, you come here during festivals, usually this place is, it's hard
So
to
you
walk
got
around.
a couple of things going. It's a rainy day and it's a Tuesday.
And it's the week after Easter.
The week after,
Yes.
the week after Easter.
Right, the week after Easter. Which,
Yes.
There was huge crowds. I
Easter
think-
week, this is not like this.
I think this is the lull right after the busy week. I was told that by a cast member probably 10 years ago. If you want to come when it's not crazy busy, come 2 weeks after a holiday.
There you go. Not the week before or the week after, because those are the weeks that people take the holiday and extend their vacations.
Which holds true because when I came down I lucked out. I work in retail and I can't get any time off during
the holiday.
the holidays. And I lucked out and I got a stretch of 3 straight days off that coupled with 1 day off, so I have 4 days. and I booked a flight, and we flew down, and that was the week after Thanksgiving.
Very nice.
And it was dead here.
Yeah, you smell that?
I sure smell that.
Oh,
and it
that
sounds
smells like a smokehouse.
It sure smells like a smokehouse.
Remember-
and a woody topiary, by the way, near the smokehouse.
Yeah, me and you met here once, probably 4 years ago for
I
Flower
think
and
the
Garden.
Village people were playing, if I remember right.
Air Supply.
Oh, maybe it was.
And remember we had the Billy's Chili's beer?
Yes, I do.
And is it still called the Smokehouse?
It is still the smokehouse.
But it
yes.
was a temporary. At that
Then
time,
it
it was
was.
a temporary. Now it's since been made a permanent structure.
And I think a lot of these festival booths have gone
Well, because
through
because the festivals have been extended and they've
Absolutely.
added one, so they just use it almost all year round now.
that. Pulled pig sliders, beef brisket
have a
burnt
drain there.
ends, very good. Beef brisket burnt ends hash, and a warm chocolate cake. What's the beer flight look like back here? There's a beer flight.
I had it the other day. It's the
Hey, that's Lisa. The frozen lemonade has the Firefly Blackberry Moonshine.
Oh, see, there you go.
Shipyard Maple Bacon Stout.
Shipyard Maple Bacon Stout.
I've had
Shipyard
that
is
one.
a.
That's from Clearwater, Florida. You know what? This is the smokehouse. It looks like Florida Fresh because all the beers are from Florida.
Three Daughters Brewing, Phantasma Spicy Double IPA. I had that. That's another spicy one, kind of like Billy's Chili's was. And the Central 28 Brewing Company, Sunshine Greetings Orange, Hibiscus Wheat Ale. And that's in
That's a
DeBerry,
mouthful.
Florida.
Yeah, it
so
is.
the first one's in DeBerry, Florida. The second one's in St. Petersburg. And the third one's in Clearwater. So they're all three beers are right here.
Yeah, except for the wine, which is from Sonoma. I like this music too. I mean, just walking around World Showcase.
All the Epcot World Showcase music is fabulous.
You know, for a while there, I thought we were going to make it halfway around and stop recording, but we're going to keep going because I think I see an end in sight. We might be finishing with Carl.
Oh, look at that.
Maybe. It could happen. Leaving America, approaching Japan. That's the funnel cake, Stan.
Good funnel cake, too.
Smash Mouth is this weekend, Friday, Saturday.
I like Smash Mouth.
5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock. I am proof that you can watch the 8 o'clock performance at the American Venture and hustle your butt through International Gateway and Boardwalk and get to studios in time to watch Star Wars fireworks at 9:15. I wouldn't recommend it, but I did it.
How stressful was that?
I got there. But the good part is there's no security line. You went right up, and they weren't even at the line. They were by the gate where you scan your magic band. They looked through my bag. All right. Worked for me.
Shaved ice.
Oh, you know what? I think this is worth a quick stop because I noticed something here the other day. This is the first counter service, I guess. I don't know how to say it because it's written in Japan. But on their list, they have an alcoholic shaved ice, which I just noticed. I just noticed this because they don't have. They used to have. They used to have miso soup here. Now it's sushi, and if you look under drinks, hold on, sake mist. So it's shaved ice with sake.
Alcoholic shaved ice. Blood orange, coconut, pineapple, and blackberry. Interesting.
That's my favorite, blood orange alcoholic shaved ice.
There you go. Have you
I
had
need
it?
food. I need food. I will come back, I promise. I won't make
All
it
right.
to the
I
World
wanted to
Showcase.
stop there 'cause-
Somebody get this lady a hot dog.
How about some frushi? Because that's
Frushi.
coming up
Frushi.
next.
Frushi.
Frushi is coming up next as we go through Japan.
I probably got a Slim Jim in my backpack. Does that count?
Hungry?
I do like the frushi up here. It's really
Snap into
good.
a Slim Jim. Or in honor of WrestleMania. Snap into a Slim Jim.
The Hominy House? Is that how you say that?
Hanami?
Hanami House.
Hanami.
Sure. The menu, number one, frushi.
I heard good things.
Ginger beef yaki what?
Udon.
Udon.
Here you
That's
go.
the noodles.
And
There you go.
teriyaki salmon, which by the way is a dining service credit. It's gluten free and it's $6.75.
There you
$6.75.
go.
And you can use a snack for it.
Yep. Sapporo. That's the beer.
They also sell that at the shaved ice station in Sapporo. Oh.
We're continuing our journey through Japan towards Morocco.
Nothing good in Morocco.
You have a festival merchandise cart right here.
Yeah. I like
Every other country.
huh?
Yeah, seems that way.
Yeah. I like Tangerine Cafe.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. But this festival market seems more themed towards birdhouses and things like that, so there's no pass holder merchandise here.
Right.
And the next one, I think this is the fairy houses.
Oh, yep. Look at that shoe.
Yeah,
It's a plant.
That's actually, I like it though. That's cool.
that's cool. Taste of Marrakesh is the next outdoor kitchen.
This one doesn't change, I don't think.
Let's see.
I think it's the same menu that it is for Food and Wine.
But there's the garden right there with some of the things that they're growing and using. A chicken
you know
kebab,
what? No, I lied.
fried cauliflower,
I lie. I'm wrong.
walnut honey baklava. Gotta
I'm
love
wrong.
some
It's not the
baklava.
same menu because for Food and Wine they usually have a kefta pocket.
Yeah, so basically it's a chicken kebab, fried cauliflower, and a walnut honey baklava.
Baklava. Do they always have some form of baklava?
I have no problem with baklava.
Oh, baklava. Love baklava.
That looks good. It
What do
looks
you
like where
call
we're going.
those little
That
things?
does look like where we're going.
What's that?
In that area.
The little kids' toys that had the hair that looked like that.
The trolls?
The troll.
The troll,
Yeah.
yeah,
They
yeah.
had a game. Is that?
They're making fun of my microphone right now.
Well, I'm not making fun of it, but the people walking by us,
I think that we're holding some kind of, yeah.
they don't know what the hell is
They-
going on. Like, what the?
You're just carrying around your imaginary friend with you.
right.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, what's, like,
But
we've
what
gotten-
I am doing is protecting our listeners from the wind.
We've gotten some
Your
strange
ears will
looks.
thank me later.
That's right.
We've gotten some strange looks. Walking around. With
Here's another. This is your Moroccan garden with Spike here on the left, right in front of the restrooms. And we're approaching Florida Fresh, and I think I hear a French whistle happening up there.
I do.
As we leave
I do.
Morocco.
I can see him.
Oh, he's just coming out now, just starting.
We had something here. I had something here that was a beer here that was very good at Florida Fresh.
Let's check the menu here, Florida Fresh.
It was a kumquat. It was called quat. It's a kumquat flavored IPA. It was
Sure.
very good. You don't like hops?
A lot
Sam?
of cool, I don't like heavy hops. A lot of cool
might like-
gardens right here around Florida Fresh.
Typically,
I
when
really
you have
like
a
that.
typically when you have a hobby beer, but it has citrus, the citrus tends to offset the hops. It gives it a little sweetness
fair
that
enough.
kind of.
I
yeah.
did have this recently. The spicy blackened shrimp and cheddar grits were amazing.
I was just going to say, that's the thing that's jumping off the menu to me
That
right now.
was really good with the
Really
local
good. Leave
sweet
it
corn
across.
relish.
Shrimp and grits.
I've
It was
never
good.
had
shrimp
grits before.
and cheddar grits.
No line. Let's do it.
I'm going to come back around.
She's gonna come back. All right. There's a beer flight too. What's the beer flight
I
there,
won't tell
Jimmy?
on you.
There's a watermelon cucumber slushy with some Florida gin. Never heard of that one.
I've
Beer
never
flight.
heard of that one either.
Florida Orange Groves Winery. Oh, that's the wine. So the
That's
flight
the wine.
was going to be Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
That's the-
Quat
what you're talking about,
seasonal
Quat
fruit
seasonal.
ale.
That's the
Yep.
Quat.
Big Top Brewing Company. Conch Republic Key Lime Wheat, which
Key
is
lime
probably
wheat.
very good too. First Magnitude Brewing Company Monarch Milk Stout. I probably wouldn't drink that. That's a very
Sounds
dark. It's a
so,
very
so
dark.
your beer flight's going to
malty-
go from a very light seasonal kumquat to a key
Probably
lime
an
wheat
IP
then
and yeah,
yeah.
something sweeter, something IPA and something more malty and dark.
So leaving.
If I could have taken a picture of Lisa's face as I read off
This,
milk
by the way,
stout.
hold on 1 second here. Because if you look to the left here,
Oh.
if you've seen the blog post at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com about where the Ratatouille attraction is going, which is basically behind Morocco, we can see right behind Florida French, there's some construction walls and some cranes back there.
And they're not trying to hide these cranes. They are bright red in
They're
a sea
bright-
of green.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, okay, so if you look the other direction, we can put bright red in a sea of green, looking towards, if you turn around completely and look back towards Test Track to the left, you can see the big yellow crane over there that's behind,
Yep.
that's part of the Gardens of the Galaxy. So they're both underway.
Lots
really
of
cool.
changes coming. Lots of changes coming to this park.
Well, we talked about it when we were doing the Final Four for Madness last week, and the landscape's going to completely change.
You know what makes me sad? All the people we're walking toward, the actors with the whistle and all in front of us.
Yep, that's the whistle on our left.
What makes me sad is all the people walking by us, just walking right past it, not knowing what they don't have any idea what they're about to miss.
Yeah. You can hear.
They just hear a guy with a whistle.
We'll listen in while we're walking by.
We know, but we've seen it, right? If you're walking by France and you hear that whistle and you've never seen it before, I highly recommend stopping and watching. It's an amazing show.
So up towards the left in France, you see the Topiary's Beauty and the Beast, sort of behind the fountain, which are very good topiaries, by the way. Belle looks amazing. So does Beast.
So I think one of the things a lot of
With
people
the next outdoor kitchen
associate France with is the Grand Marnier orange slush and the Absolute Citron lemon slush.
Absolutely.
Lately,
So
for
what do
the
we have here?
festivals, they've been adding a separate one. This one's a La Vie en Rose frozen slushy. So it's Grey Goose orange vodka, Saint Germain liqueur, white and red cranberry juice. My wife had it the other day. She loved it.
Nice.
So, and then for our food and wine, the same booth, they had another slushy that was a passion fruit, I believe. So they're adding one seasonally to the two that are so popular here to change things up a little bit.
You gotta like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? They are good at knowing what sells and what doesn't and tweaking it for next year, which you gotta love. I can read the second one there, braised duck gnocchi, but I can't read what it says. Conrad Conflux. I need my daughter.
So yeah, it's canard confit, gnocchi à la parisienne.
Yes, it's braised duck gnocchi.
And I only picked that up because I just, of course, like I did last time, I just did Spaceship Earth in French.
I would
Oh,
say,
very nice.
if I had to say it, I
Are we
would
gonna
say,
go for the top one here?
No, I'm going to go for this, the second one. I'm going to
Okay.
a gnocchi à la parisienne.
Gnocchi à la Parisienne. All right, sure. Oh, I like the pictures of
And
it.
I don't speak French, but I am from New Orleans, which a lot of stuff there is named after French
Absolutely.
stuff. And
You might as well be French.
You get well, I don't know about that, but you do
got-
get to, there are a lot of things that you have to know how to pronounce because
Sure.
they're spelled so differently. I like the fact that they don't dumb it down, that they put the actual French name on there. And
Absolutely. There it is. It is what it is. And the translation's underneath.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Literally.
Literally.
As we walk across the bridge from France, headed towards the United Kingdom.
Literally a squirrel.
Yeah, no, there was a squirrel.
Not
that just ran
figuratively.
across. It was a squirrel. The figurative squirrels are going to be out soon because I, like Lisa, I'm starting to get a little hungry.
Yes.
I was too, but then I had that beer fight and then a Yingling, so not that I'm not hungry anymore, but it's tamed it a little bit.
The seagulls are greatly enjoying the weather.
Oh yeah. Talk about the best fed animals in all of the world.
Right here in Walt Disney World.
God.
Crossing the bridge, International Gateway is to our left. Lots of construction happening back there for the Skyliner.
I bet not many ducks leave while once they get
No,
here.
why would you?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of waiting it out till all the people leave.
Right. Or being adorable enough where the people feed you.
All right, walking down from International Gateway towards the United Kingdom. On our right-hand side is Captain Hook and Peter Pan topiaries. Very nice. One other thing I did want to point out. We had talked about this before on the show. On the left is the English Tea Gardens. And there's some pretty interesting tours that happen here at Epcot, including the Behind the Siege tour, which we have done as a group previously. And for Flower and Garden Festival, there is a English Tea Garden tour.
Oh, really?
Both a tour that you can pay for that happens at 9:45 every morning and a free tour that happens throughout the day. There's a sign around the corner we'll see here in a minute, and there's also a self-guided tour where if you go into the gift shop, they will give you a map and show you where all of the different tea leaves are. And by the way, I see Spike.
Spike?
Yep,
I see
Spike's
Spike.
pollen adventure is here.
There was also a thing here that you could meet one of the Twinnings, like
Yep.
one of the family members. His last name
That's
is
kind of
Twining.
cool.
Yeah.
Here's your sign over here, English Tea Garden Tours. Tour times 3:30 and 5 o'clock today. Those are free tours. You just have to be here for that time zone and get to go around the English Tea Garden.
That's fabulous.
I believe topiary-wise related, there is Tinkerbell is right over here on the end. Yeah, Peter Pan and Hook we just passed.
right behind you.
And then further up on the right-hand side are your characters from Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. One that I do want to point out, because we're not going to quite go to Canada because the Rose and Crown is calling us, but if you look straight ahead at Canada, where it used to be Bambi and Friends is now sort of a carved log that it looks like a bear straight down there. I consider that a topiary because it's part of Flower and Garden. It's basically a tree carving that somebody did with a chainsaw, and it looks really darn good.
That's
So I'm
fabulous.
counting that as one.
And just as the rain starts coming down,
We're going to walk right into Rose and Crown with the famous fish and chips on our right.
that's right.
I'll let Lisa be the judge of this. Because I know she's eaten at the, and you probably have too, eaten at the table service.
Yes.
But I've heard many people say that the fish and chips from the stand is better than the cod.
They are definitely different.
They're
Okay,
different,
so it's
yeah.
maybe just a matter of
Definitely
preference.
different.
So
Absolutely.
maybe,
Oh, wait a minute. We got the piano lady playing. So we're going to walk in here and listen to piano.
Be sure when you are walking out all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. I'm gonna put it in a pocket. Sunshine.
All behind the bar?
If you want the things you love, you must have showers. For when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. Because I'm heading for you and me. Have a great day, thanks. Oh, isn't that adorable?
We just finished walking around the Flower and Garden Festival. We thought we'd stop here with Carl,
Well, we're glad you
get
did.
a combo, and you know what? You're playing. That's beautiful.
Yay! And your first names are
Lisa.
Sam.
Lisa, Jimmy, and Sam. Well, it makes us all smile when Disney nerds are in town. We got Lisa, Jimmy, and Sam right in the Rose and Crown. Hope at Epcot that you're having lots of fun. You can find them at DisneyNerds.com.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. That is perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
you want a
Let's
combo?
go look it up.
Why not? We're going to talk to Carl real quick. Carl's behind the bar. He's got our podcast. Carl, you still got your pictures hanging around? There we go.
Exactly how you're supposed to pour it.
Yep. He knows what he's doing.
All right.
Hey, Carl, we just finished our recording walk around Flower and Garden Festival.
Yeah.
And we had a finish here, right?
Right.
So remind me, what's in a Carl's combo?
It's a Carl's combo. It's a bass and heart blended together. It's good in any weather. You can ask any smart fella. The only trouble is with it, once you switch to it, you will stick to it.
There you go. Love it. We'll have 3 of them. So with that, I think we are going to finish right here at the Rose and Crown, talking to Carl. Jimmy, what do you think of your walk around? Cool?
Great time.
Great times, absolutely. And with that, I'm going to close first. Kongaloosh.
Waharini.
So long, everybody.
See you guys.
Old songs and old stories, they keep us alive. Without our past, we would never survive. I am my island is new. So you know what you can do if you don't like what you see. Well, kiss me, I'm Irish. I am the one rover. My eyes are smiling and I'm so over. I like my whiskey and I like to dance. And if you're feeling as lucky as me, then let's take a chance. And kiss me, I'm Irish. We heart beats a Jew. Your blood it flows green. I've been a roller around the ocean to sea. Now I like a bevy, now and then I'll never deny. But I only drink on the days of the week that I'm with the wine. Think about it. I'm no saint, no sinner. Of that there's no doubt. I'm the one that your grandmother warned you about. Milwaukee and Cleveland and Cork, Kerry, Chicago, and Mountain, New York, Belfast, Boston, Dublin, St. Louis, Chicago, and St. Louis today. Kiss me, I'm Irish. I am the one who mover. My eyes are smiling, and I'm southern soul. I like my whiskey, and I like to dance. If you're feeling as lucky as me, then let's take a chance. Kiss me, I'm Irish.
Thanks a lot, guys. That was really a fun walkthrough. Really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time for that. Okay, guys, so this has been show number 232. Thanks for listening. Jimmy, how do they get in touch with the show?
You can email us at questions@thedisneynerdspodcast.com and email us individually at ed@thedisneynerdspodcast.com, jimmy@thedisneynerdspodcast.com, etc. You can send us a message on Facebook to the page, The Disney Nerds Podcast. Join our group, Disney Nerds, Instagram @The Disney Nerds Podcast, and Twitter @The Disney Nerds. Make sure to check out the website, www.thedisneynerdspodcast.com, and watch the live stream every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Walt Disney World time.
Okay, guys, for Jimmy, Sam, Lisa, and this is Ed, and we're the Disney Nerds, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
If you would like to join our jamboree, there's a simple rule that's compulsory. Mortals pay a token fee, resting